Alright, that was my campsite. It's a cool, quiet morning. 8 o'clock. Need to get more water because it's about 9 miles to the next water. Part of my morning routine had to be repeated, but feeling good. Slept well. In 3 days, I did 65 miles. And gonna see how I do today. Making plans for stuff coming up. I know there's a side trip that I want to go and do today. All right, going that way. Coming from over there. I don't know what knocked all these trees down. There's lots of baby trees coming up. Going that way. It's just kind of nice because it's brighter. It's kind of dark underneath those trees. So these got me a couple of times yesterday. Especially when it was getting dark, it's hard to see. That's a piece of rebar that was used to hold some wood in place for a step in the trail. And if you kick one of those, your whole foot will ache for hours. Coming up from down there, might not mention it, my day started off with 2 miles of uphill. That first mile, it was like 400 foot per mile. Not bad. This next mile gets close to 600 foot per mile. I think it's like 580. But my legs feel strong, I'm fresh. Pack's been getting lighter every day. Going up there. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but coming up from down there. The trail's going up like that. I've seen a few big trees, not a lot. That one's wider than my trekking pole is, set tall. And I'm 5'8". Just about done with that steep uphill. There's some big trees that are still standing. Well, I came from that way, and I didn't look to see how long it's been, but I took a nice long break sitting right there because there's a little bit of cell phone signal here and looking up to see what's up ahead at government camp. I think my battery pack, I know my food will last. I think my battery pack will last. But I've got a couple other items that I'm just getting low on. So I might swing into camp, government camp. Like I said, I'm still figuring it out. Nice long break was nice and all, but it's 9:45. I've only gotten 2 miles done. But 7 miles to water. And I think it's 13 miles before I have any more significant uphill. So I should be able to cruise, especially if the ground's nice and soft like this. Heading that way. I'm coming from over there. And I have been cruising. Be nice if I could make up some time, but we'll wait and see. Coming from over there. Going over there. coming from up there. It's a little bit after noon, and I have made up some time heading that way. Not real clear on my plans because it's going to be kind of getting to the next highway right around dark. But it's a pretty quiet day. Coming from back there. This is the Oak Grove fork of the Clackamas River. It looks like good clean water, and I'm going to drink some. And then I'm going to go that way. Came from there and had to sit down. Didn't take off the pat, but you pass a bench, you have to sit. Heading that way. Coming from that way. And I just talked to another hiker. Oh, wind's going to pick up. There's Timothy Lake down there. And I'm going to go past it. I'm heading this way. I knew that there was rain in the forecast for tomorrow and kind of figuring that into my plans. This other hiker said that he thought, or he'd been told, that it was going to hit tonight. It's a pretty big push to make it all the way to the highway, and even then, you're getting there late. I don't know. But I am going to stop off and check out the Little Crater Lake because it is something worth seeing. And if it rains tonight, I've got a tent. That's kind of the whole idea of the tent. I'm only about a mile from Little Crater Lake. I don't know if they let you dip water out of it or not, but look at this spring. So I still have a little bit of water, but I'm going to grab a little because I love spring water. I mean, the trail's right there. Oh yeah. This is Crater Creek. And it flows into Timothy Lake right over there. Just came from the creek there. And PCT goes that way. And I didn't expect to see a croc on the trail. Funny. Those jokes don't get old. Well, I'm going that way. I'm going to run over to check out Little Crater Lake. Coming from that way. Somebody had said, oh yeah, just drop your pack, go check it out. I ain't dropping my pack. I want to be able to take my time and check it out. It's not that far. So the water's very blue, 45 foot deep, and 34 degrees. Gonna see if I can get a good shot without the reflection. You can see. Nope. coming from in there. And I've got about 1.5 miles of it being flat or fairly mellow up before I get some steep uphill. But I'm only about 4 miles from where I want to make camp. And it's about 4 o'clock. So if I can do decent time, I can get there around 6. Coming from in there, and just had some pretty steep up. But I did all right. And here, this is kind of neat. They're not very big around, but they're tall. Oh, I came from that way. There's a spring down that way. And here's a big old honking campsite. So I'm going to go find a spot to drop my pack, go and get some water. Oh, that's a lot of good water. I've been looking around because for all the big tent spaces up there, every single one seems to be slanted. I think that's where I'm going to fill up right there. This is the spot I went with. There's some little limbs, but no widowmakers above me. Hopefully this diverts water so I'm not getting run off from the whole mountainside. And I've got it staked down pretty good, so if there's wind, it should hold up.